besties, I think it's imperative that we know some outfit formulas when we're getting dressed because it just makes it simpler, y'all. I wanted to talk about certain outfit formulas that I like to go to. I feel like they can be very vague, but also very specific. So I'm gonna give you a variety of different kinds. And of course, y'all, I'm a visual learner, so we got some examples. I think with fashion, what makes it very interesting and very expressive is the way you style pieces together. I feel like sometimes a lot of us get kind of a little bit overwhelmed with the styling process. And I think the only way to kind of figure out what formulas you enjoy when it comes to picking out an outfit, it does require a lot of trial and error and trying things on and kind of just categorizing what are these pieces and why do I gravitate towards these pieces. So a lot of reflection. I'm gonna give you some that I have come up with or some that I feel that are very classic and you've probably heard before. There's always a good way of personalizing it into your style. Let's get into some of these outfit formulas, and you don't gotta spend any money. Just use whatever you have in your closet and you're gonna look mighty fine doing it. I think it's imperative that I start with my quintessential outfit formula. It's what I like to call basic statement. This is very vague, and then we'll go down to very specifics. I think when it comes to your style, the things that you consider basic are completely different. If we talk about very generalized basics, you can think of a white tee and jeans, right? But what is a statement to you? And then for me, usually a statement has a specific material. So I think of like sequins, metallic, grommets, or anything like that. And then another kind of form for me is print, all those statement pieces for myself, and color. So those are the kind of the things that I interplay with my statement pieces. So if I'm wearing just a white top and jeans, for example, my shoes would be the extra statement, and I would pick something that is maybe in a statement color or maybe a printed shoe. And to me, that is more cohesive, and it can always be with accessories or when you add a third item piece. And there's different ways you can categorize a basic. A denim top for me is considered a basic, and I would style it like a fun patterned bottom. For example, these like shorts that are striped, and then some boots that I also considered like a basic because of the color and the silhouette. To me, they're more like a simple shoe, like timeless for myself. So this is what I would call my basic statement, and the statement being the shorts. Another way too is with the sequin skirt, styling it with this button up and then having the same kind of tan boots. So the colors are together in one and the bottom is the statement piece. I also styled it with just having it kind of monochromatic with the gray top, still having the statement with the sequin skirt and just some black boots. So there's a variety to me of what I would consider these pieces basics. It's just what you kind of see in your wardrobe, what you would call a statement piece. I think it's a great way to go into your closet, start with something that you already know is a go-to for you, or if that's just having a simple top and like tennis shoes and then changing the bottom into a fun statement piece. There's a variety of ways to doing this. Interplays on how you want to. Even with the top, you can have the top be the statement piece and have, you know, jeans and regular black heels or something like that. When I have no idea how to put pieces together, I think of this formula for myself because I feel like it's always cohesive, but there's always like a pop of something, you know? Now I want to talk about doing the opposite, is when you have two statement pieces and then adding a basic. And this was actually something I don't rarely do, but when I did the video with Natalie and she styled me in her kind of style in a way, and she is one who I feel like she has a lot of statement pieces and she dresses with a lot of them on, which gave me a perspective that you can also do the same type of formula. That includes having two statement pieces and then another basic to just kind of, you know, tone it down for you as someone who doesn't always dress in very statement things. Example is I have this fun turquoise sequins top and then these silver pants, and those to me are two statement pieces because of the sequins on the top and the color too. Bottoms, they're just metallic, like they're to me like a fun pant. And then just adding a black heel, I think really helped me feel a little bit toned down. And another thing that I would probably add that I didn't show is a black bag, just to feel like, okay, I have my two statement pieces on, but the basic in the shoes and the purse kind of makes me feel, you know, more in my comfort zone. I think that's a cool way of, if you're someone who isn't sure how to style color or print, I think this is a good way to try it out. Of course, y'all, I have to mention denim on denim. The Canadian tuxedo has been around, and there's a reason why people love styling this. It just works so well. Denim on denim doesn't always have to match. They can be a little mixed match. I think it just works because of the materials in general. For me, I usually like to keep it in similar tones. The different formats you can do with denim on denim, like pants and a button up, or shorts and a vest. I just feel like it always works well. So denim on denim is an example of a material really being very cohesive in your outfit. I think you can do that with a lot of different materials. For example, velvet with velvet, you just know it's gonna work, or velvet with corduroy. Like, there's so many cool things that you can do, and I think denim on denim is the perfect example. Every time, I feel like when you style denim on denim, and then if you want to add, for example, a statement piece, you can do that with the third piece in your outfit. There's so many different ways you can use that as a base to add on to different things. There's so many things made in denim. It's not just only tops, but also there's maxi skirts, there's dresses, there's even like denim trench coats. There's just a variety of different ways you can style your denim pieces, and wearing them together, it just always ends up working out. I'm just going through all the classics right now, and then we're gonna go more into some very specific formulas. But all black is literally my go-to, y'all. Every time I have somewhere to go, I don't know why my brain automatically just goes to just wear an all black outfit. And I think it's also just something embedded in me. As a child, I was told to wear all black, not for the best reasons. I understand for me why I just love an all black outfit, because I always gravitated to just black clothes in general. It's one of my favorite tones when it comes to clothing. Cool thing what you can do with an all black outfit is changing out the materials. Also, you can do with layering. I always like to do just a simple black jean, black top, and black shoes. And you can obviously change up the style of the top and even the material. Something about the cohesiveness of an all black outfit, I always consider it chic. I think that's why there's a reason why an all black outfit is usually used a lot in like corporate settings. I'm talking fashion shows. It makes sense. It just ends up working out every time. But I think another way of sprucing it up is maybe having this black clothing piece be maybe in an interesting silhouette, or maybe that it's flowy, or there's texture. I have this like dress that in the silhouette, it's very, very flowy and playful. And to me, to kind of just even change up the silhouette, I added a belt. You can also see where the belt starts because it's such a huge little metallic buckle, but also changes the style of the dress too. There's so many different ways you can do an all black. Always work. You have to do. And then on the other side, you got to do an all white. I think most of us somehow have white and black in our closet. I think with all white, sometimes the misconception is that all the whites have to be very cohesive to one another. And I think that the similar way of how you would do denim on denim, it doesn't always have to match. I think the same way with white. And all white doesn't always have to be like having a top and bottom. I also think dresses is a good format to do this. But something about it, I just feel like it looks very cohesive and just comfortable. Especially in the spring and summer, I'm gravitating to wearing more white. Then in the fall and winter, I usually wear more black. Next one is literally the juxtapositions, okay? And I'm talking about masculine and feminine. Things that juxtapose to one another always works. So I think this is why this is a very interesting outfit formula. For example, a feminine piece can be a dress, and then having a more masculine piece can be a jacket. This is a good way of having the balance of those two things. And then for me, I can also consider like black riding boots to be like more masculine. So then you just also have that one piece that is giving more feminine vibes. Because I think there's often times where I can lean more into what you would call a feminine energy and dressing more that way. And same with the masculine. When you put them together, it just, to me, makes it look effortlessly cool. This for me, when I do style myself in this way, is typically more for like a date night or like, you know, going out in the evening. And now I'm gonna go a little bit more specific, and that is just wearing like a simple top and a fun bottom. Your simple top can be that it's the color, or I think of it kind of like, you know, like a tank, like just a white tank that you enjoy, and then changing up the bottom, because I feel like we're usually going for a simple top and jeans. And Yes, that works all the time, but you know, we can change up the silhouette, and by doing so, it's by changing the bottoms. And what is the fun bottoms for you? A print, that can be a color, it can be the silhouette of the pant. So there's so many different formats of doing this. And because it's any kind of bottom, you can do it with skirts, you can do it with shorts, you can do it with jeans, pants, you can do it, and there's so many different ways to interplay, and this is a go-to because it just always works. Another way I think you can do this is taking a fun dress and then adding a casual shoe. Probably one of my go-tos, because something about just a nice like dress that you would probably usually wear dressed up, but then bringing it down with like sneakers or flats, it just really kind of makes the whole outfit seem more casual, more for every day, because there's times where we buy those extravagant pieces and we want to wear them but just don't want to wear them in a very like going out type of way. I think this is a good formula to try. Like the outfit that I'm wearing in this video right now perfectly makes sense because I'm wearing this dress that is what you would call very boring because of the silhouette. It's giving to me kind of like something you would wear to go to an event. But then I paired it with casual shoe, and I think it changes the whole vibe. Here's the dress, as you can see. Then I paired it with these boots instead of wearing like a kitten heel. If you haven't tried that out, if you've been wanting to wear one of your dresses out but just can't figure out how to do it, change up the shoe. Wear a shoe that you would typically wear with your jeans, and trust me, it will work. Okay, now even more specific, these are actually pieces that I would put together, and this is why I kind of wanted to give you more of a vague and then go to specific things I like to pull and put together. Let me know if you want more like this, a very specific kind of outfit formulas, and maybe I can do this again with actually like this style. What I mean is like overalls in a white tee. It's kind of the same vibe of going with like white tee and jeans, but it's overalls, which is a completely different silhouette, especially because it goes over your white tee. And then I think you can have fun with the white tee you're wearing. I ended up going with a tee that is lace, and I think it just kind of gives a little bit of a different element to the outfit. One of my go-tos are these like fry style boots. For accessories to it, I added a scarf. You could put it around your head or on your waist, and it could work with a variety of different styles of tops. For instance, I love this like white top that I have, but it has like these fluttery sleeves, so I think putting that under the overalls also works, and it's still a white top with overalls. So this is another one, which is skirt, a sweater, and boots. I think it just depends on what season. I feel like I would go for more of a maxi skirt towards the fall time and use more of a shorter skirt in the spring. And if you're someone who usually goes for pants, I always suggest trying a different bottom depending on, you know, the added changes you want to do. And then obviously you can have more fun if your skirts are in a different pattern, or they have both, they're in a different pattern and a different silhouette. And that's why I really wanted to talk about the whole like basic statement and how your wardrobe, you can categorize it into those things, because once you know that, you can kind of just move around everything in your closet. Everything mini always looks better with boots. Of course you can do other shoes, but I think because the length of the skirt being so short and then having a boot that goes a little bit higher on yourself, like it just ends up looking to me 60s, 70s, but the proportions look so nice. I think anytime I wear something mini, I guess because maybe I feel like when you wear like a kitten heel or a ballet flat, you're showing more leg, and at least with a boot you hide at least a certain portion of your leg, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable when wearing like a mini skirt or a mini dress. So this is one that I constantly do because I really enjoy the proportions of that, and when I add my third layer piece, I try to think of it that way. If I'm wearing like a coat and a mini dress, then I would go for a kitten heel because the jacket is already long enough. And I think that looks better in proportions in my brain than doing a jacket that is the same length as a mini skirt, I would go for the boots. And this is one that I'm doing literally all the time. And you could probably tell if you see a lot of my outfit videos. So what I like about these outfit formulas, there's so many different ways that you can start adding different things on top of it, or the way they can just interchange with one another. It's really important to know these outfit formulas, especially when building a capsule wardrobe, or even like when you're going on vacation somewhere and you need to do like a mini tiny wardrobe. I feel like it really lets you style your pieces in a more versatile way. Also can condense the amount of pieces you take with you. Another specific type of dressing is jeans, a cardigan, a jacket, and flats. To me, this is more very like Parisian or minimalistic outfit, because I feel like a lot of these silhouettes, people would consider them quote unquote timeless. Enjoy this because it just ends up working out all the time. Even if you want to change the top from a cardigan to a white top, it still works. And again, you can also do that with the bottom. You can change the jeans and wear a skirt. It'll just end up working out in some way or form. Okay, this is the last one for me, and that is capris with a jacket and then either some kitten heels or flats. I wanted to do this one because I feel like capris is maybe a trendy piece that we've been talking about. We saw capris in the 50s all the way to like the 60s, and then in the 2000s, and then we're here back with capris. And I think capris, they have always been styled in a very different way. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of style it with a jacket that I considered more of a top. And I really love this style. And usually with capris, because it's such a different proportion, I usually like to wear something that is flat or a heel, because then it would hide bottom. And if you want to keep it very simple and you are not sure how to style capris, try just a white top. It's just crucial to know these kind of formulas because it'll just make getting dressed easier for you, but then it also makes it fun to start adding other elements on top of these formulas. And I think that would help you figure out your style in the long run. And it also makes you understand more of your wardrobe and what kind of pieces you like to have in your wardrobe. I think they interplay with one another, because once you kind of know the pieces in your closet you like to style, you can also create a formula around that, or have a formula that you like and then see what pieces go into that outfit formula. It's literally algebra. A squared B squared equals C squared. That's literally what an outfit formula is, okay? But those are some that I tend to use when I get ready or when I do some styling outfit videos. Let me know some outfit formulas that you live by, or maybe some that I didn't mention down in the comments. Before we end the video, let's quickly talk about today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. I'm genuinely so stoked that I get to work with Squarespace again, because they are the platform I'm using to create a website for myself. I wasn't sure on how to start creating a website, and I appreciate that Squarespace has a variety of pre-made templates, whether that be showcasing your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid. You get it all done in one place. The navigational tool makes it simple to switch up the font, add images, and even change the background colors of your website. You can even do a password protection on your website, whether that is because you have your website under construction or you have certain clientele that you only want them to access. If you're interested in opening an e-commerce site, you can buy and print USPS shipping labels for all your orders directly from Squarespace. Furthermore, they provide all sale analytics and variety of different data and all the demographics you will need. Head to squarespace.com/Karina Gomez to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this portion of the video. And now let's get back to it. Thank you so much for hanging out and tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did enjoy it, let your girl know, okay? You can also just give the video a like. If you haven't already, you can follow me on all my socials, Living as Karina. I'm leaving y'all in a couple days to Paris, so I'm definitely going to be taking this outfit formula with me. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see when I'm in France. But that is all for me, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!